Secretary and Nominated Authority, Ministry of Coal, Government of India. We feel honored to have your gracious presence, ma'am, and we welcome you. We would also like to welcome Shri P.M. Prasad, Chairman, Coal India Limited, Shri Manoj Kumar, CMD, CMPDIL, senior officials from Ministry of Coal, all our stakeholders, investors, industry leaders, esteemed guests, press and media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of Coal, Government of India, I extend you all a very warm welcome to this roadshow on commercial coal mine auctions. Today's event will highlight opportunities in the coal sector, focusing on commercial coal mine auctions. Such initiatives boost transparency, competition, and efficiency in coal mining. We welcome our distinguished guests onto the dais. Today we are fortunate, grateful, and appreciate the presence of our Honorable Chief Guest. At the outset, may I please request Shri Ajitesh Kumar, Director, Ministry of Coal, to welcome our Chief Guest, Honorable Secretary Coal, by presenting him a bouquet. We welcome you, sir. Thank you, sir. May I now request Srimati Rupinder Barar, ma'am, Additional Secretary and Nominated Authority, Ministry of Coal, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good morning to everyone. I welcome first our chief guest for the day, Shri Vikram Devdutt, Secretary Coal to the Government of India, Shri P.M. Prasad, CMD CIL, Mr. Manoj Kumar, CMD CMPDI, the officers from CIL, and most importantly, all the stakeholders who have shown keen interest in coming for the first roadshow in this season that we are starting for the commercial mines. So a warm welcome, and as I said, thank you to all of you for coming in the morning session. As we start the roadshow in Kolkata, and we thought where should we start from, because Coal India is headquartered here, it just made tactical sense that this is the kind of sort of the mother company from where the story of coal has started so many years back. 50th year is what Coal India is celebrating here today, this year. So it just made so much more business sense, emotional sense, and a lot of other reasons why we thought that Kolkata would be the right place for us to kickstart the series of roadshows that we propose to bring to all of you. As I stand here today, it's a matter of great pride for us that India is fast moving towards being self-reliant in its energy needs. And Coal India itself, in fact, has been leading it from the front, as they say. But more importantly, and what has really changed in terms of the paradigm, with the coming of this government in 2014, some of you may be aware and some of you may not be, the one signaling change that came was that the methodology on how you take a coal block began to see a sea change. The concept of allotting, and allotting without a lot of defined parameters, changed into the methodology of auctions. And even when allotments happened, the allotments were along very, very defined and very transparent parameters. And the next big step that came in 2020 was the opening of coal mining to the commercial purposes, meaning thereby that no longer did you need to do it only for captive, but coal has become a commodity where you can go extract it and go sell it in the market, which is also now not just at a notified price, but the free market economy is what has kicked in and has started to make it into a very attractive proposition. In 2020, and we'll see a video after this on a lot more detailing, and that's where I hope that a lot of you will find it very interesting as an industry to enter into. As I stand here today, we've already auctioned after 2020 113 coal mines, out of which 14 are already in an operational stage. More 14 are going to be operationalized very soon. 9 are already into production. So a lot of exciting things happening. At the same time, the Government of India is pushing on the policy thrust in terms of pushing clean coal technologies. We are pushing coal gasification. So the use for coal is going to be more multiplied than just in the traditional sense that we understand in terms of firing the power plants or firing the cement plants, etc. So it's a great sector to be in. And we are more than happy to take any questions. We will have two presentations today, one on the larger theme of coal as a sector, and why does it make sense to invest in it, and also the fact that it has become an absolutely transparent, open to all kind of a sector will be demonstrated through a short video which is run on the MSTC platform, which will truly exhibit to you that how when we say that it has become transparent, that it has become open, that it is a level playing field for everyone, what does it really mean? At the end of it all, we'll be very happy to take any questions today, or even if you don't have more questions today, you can mail it to us. We have shared the mail IDs, and we'll be more than happy to answer your queries. Currently, the 11th round of auction tranche is on. We do hope to bring in the 12th tranche in the month of March. And as time goes by, the Government of India is rolling out a lot of policy support for underground mining also. And in the next tranches, you will see a lot of underground mines. So it's an exciting space. I just want to say that once again. And thank you, everyone. And I also want to thank Secretary Cole also once again for leading it from the front for us. He's been there behind us, encouraging us. And whatever little things also we carry to him, he's always there to say, okay, let's make sure if this is the roadblock, let's make a policy change. So that's where I'll also encourage some of you who are already associated with the coal sector. If you want us to create more enablers, if you want us to work on some aspects which will fuel the whole sector, please feel free to add any suggestions also. So thank you and welcome once again.
Thank you for your inspiring words, ma'am. May I now request Shri B.M. Prasad, Chairman Coal India Limited, for his address on this occasion.
Good morning to all. Respected Secretary Cole, respected Additional Secretary and Nominated Authority, Rupendra Barar Madam, CMD, CMPDA, all representatives from various participants for participating in auctions. Already having blocks also, some people have come, and some are eager to participate. All the participants, delegates, and officers from Coal India, and all other participants, press and media. I welcome Secretary Sir in choosing here as the first place for the road shows this season, and having success in these last 10 auctions. More than 113 blocks have been auctioned successfully. Both coking coal percentage is also there. Here one thing I have to mention, sir, today, incidentally, BCCL has crossed its coking coal, washed coking coal, more than last year, 44 days before. The basic idea is the auctions, as Coal India alone is unable to fulfill, along with Singareni, the country's needs, demand and production gap is there. And as it is felt, 2014, the mining was opened for the end user plants initially, and 2020 commercial mining also opened. And accordingly, after 2020, 10 round of auctions have taken place. Some coking coal mines are there. I am very sure if these coking coal mines come into production, our though thermal coal, we are reducing the imports, coking coal also will have a significant impact. Coal India also got under CMSP 7 blocks. I am happy to announce in this year, 25-26, 2 blocks are going to start. One is Kotre Basantpur, is a 5 million ton coking coal mine. And second is Subhadra, Utkal A block of MCL. Both are going to start in this next 4 to 5 months. First one will be this Kotre Basantpur. These 2 blocks will be started, and other 5 blocks also in a phased manner by 26-27. We are going to start. They also should contribute for Coal India individually to do 1 billion ton. And going ahead, with the response today and the participants who are eager to participate the blocks. Other than this, there are DG coal, digitalization in coal mining, where we are also doing 7 coal mines. You can see those mines, digitalization you can implement. Similarly, other practices on safety, there are world's best practices, and ICCC, WCL has adopted IT integrated command control system, thereby not only the safety, surveillance, everything you can manage from one single source. So new auctioneers who are going to participate can see the best practices and they can go for the world best practices also. I once again welcome you all. And with these blocks coming, and this year already the role of this overall growth in coal sector is 5 to 6%, though Coal India is hardly around 1.5%. That means the auctioned blocks is giving results year by year. Almost 25 to 30% year by year this auction blocks is growing, and sector as a whole is doing very well, and around 50 million ton stock at 11th February at pitted powerhouses. All powerhouses are having almost 20 days plus stock is there. I am sure in the days to come there is enough business and enough whomsoever are interested can participate. And I assure you, from anything support from CMPDL in case of data exploration or any other handholding, CMPDL will also always be there for you, and Coal India will also support. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now watch a video on the success of commercial coal mine auction policy of Government of India. We will also show the feedback of the industry stalwarts on the auction process.
Coal, the backbone of India's industrial revolution, the driving force behind economic growth, and the cornerstone of energy security. It powers our factories, lights up our homes, and fuels infrastructure development, making it vital to the nation's progress. From the roaring furnaces of steel plants to the cement that builds our cities, coal energizes the very foundations of industrial development. It powers over 70% of India's electricity, ensuring uninterrupted growth and stability across sectors. As India moves steadily towards the vision of a $5 trillion economy, coal continues to be a powerful catalyst for growth. Even in the face of global challenges in 2020, coal remained resilient, driving India's economic recovery and laying the groundwork for a $5 trillion economy. In 2020, the nation's GDP stood at $2.67 trillion, and by financial year 2025, it surged to an estimated $4.27 trillion. Fueling this economic momentum, coal powers industries, strengthens energy security, and accelerates infrastructure development. Coal stands as the undisputed leader among India's 8 core sectors, ensuring consistent growth and stability. With abundant reserves and strategic foresight, coal is set to remain the dominant force in India's energy landscape for the next 50 years, powering progress and building a self-reliant nation. India's coal sector underwent a historic transformation on 18th June 2020 when Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi launched the commercial coal mine auctions.
आज जो ऑक्शन की शुरुआत हो रही है वो हर स्टेक होल्डर्स के लिए विन विन सिचुएशन है। इंडस्ट्रीज को, आपको, अपने बिजनेस, अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए हम नए रिसोर्सेज मिलेंगे, नया मार्केट मिलेगा। इसके साथ ही राज्य सरकारों को बेहतर रेवेन्यू मिलेगा।
This marked a paradigm shift from restrictive policies to an open, competitive, and investor-friendly framework aimed at strengthening India's vision of Viksit Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat, ensuring self-reliance in coal production, reduced import dependence, and massive employment generation. This bold reform revolutionized the coal industry, allowing the companies to mine it, sell it, and even export it freely without end-use restrictions. It has attracted massive private investments, fueled industrial growth, and reduce dependency on imports, driving India closer to energy self-sufficiency. This has become a key driver of growth, attracting private investments and boosting the coal sector's capacity. Since the launch, the Ministry of Coal has successfully conducted 10 rounds of auctions, resulting in 113 coal mines being auctioned. These mines are projected to bring in investments worth approximately 38,650 crores and create employment opportunities for approximately 3,50,268 people, both directly and indirectly, revitalizing coal-bearing regions across the country. Ministry of Coal is continuously undertaking reforms to make the auction process more attractive and consumer-friendly. The commercial coal mining regime removed end-use restrictions, allowing coal to be mined, traded, and utilized freely based on market demand. Several reforms were introduced as a part of commercial auctions, such as no entry barriers and minimal exit barriers, making participation easier and wider. Flexible production schedules, allowing companies to adjust production based on demand. Incentives for early production and clean coal technologies, promoting sustainability. Revenue sharing model linked to the National Coal Index for transparent pricing. This transparent and structured framework ensures fairness, efficiency, and robust participation in coal mine auctions. Operationalizing of a coal mine typically varies from a year to approximately around 5.5 years depending on the status of coal mine. To encourage early operationalization of coal mines, Ministry of Coal is coordinating with various state governments and Ministry of Environment and Forest to expedite the ECFC other statutory clearance approval process. Ministry has also set up a project monitoring unit to assist the coal block allottees to resolve the issues being faced in coal mine operationalization. Ministry of Railways also is enhancing the logistic capacity by addition of lines in coal-bearing areas to the crucial consuming areas. Once operations begin, the high demand for coal combined with effective management practices creates a scenario where companies can rapidly recoup their investments and start realizing attractive returns. This expedited turnaround not only minimizes financial risk but also transforms the coal venture into a compelling and profitable opportunity in India's expanding energy market. The commercial coal mine auctions have not only unlocked vast coal reserves for surface mining but have also paved the way for tapping into deeper resources through advanced underground mining techniques. India's coal industry thrives on two primary methods of extraction: open cast and underground mining. Open cast mining, known for its efficiency, involves removing surface layers to access coal seams, making it ideal for large-scale production. In contrary, underground mining delves deep beneath the Earth's surface that lies beyond the reach of open cast methods. Recognizing the potential of underground mining for sustainable growth, Ministry of Coal is actively promoting underground mining to meet India's energy demands responsibly. To further encourage this, the ministry has set the performance security for underground coal mines at 50% of that for fully explored mines. These auctions exemplify the essence of good governance, transcending mere resource extraction to unlock India's vast coal potential. Behind every ton of coal lies a story of hope, resilience, and progress. It is the story of India's rise, the story of a self-reliant nation building its future on the foundation of strength and ambition.
Jindal Steel and Power is proud to be part of India's journey towards self-reliance in coal production through commercial coal mining. We have won 8 coal mines, out of which 5 are now in operation. We are committed to maximizing our contribution to the nation in its energy needs. Our total peak rated capacity for producing coal stands at 21 million tons per annum. We are constantly striving to enhance production efficiency and hope to produce 18 million tons in financial year 25. The unwavering support from the Ministry of Coal has been instrumental in ensuring a transparent and efficient auction process, facilitating ease of operations and encouraging private participation in this sector.
As the allottee of the Uttan and Uttan North mines, we at GMF Mining Limited are excited to play a key role in India's commercial coal mining sector. Uttan in particular is a landmark mine as it becomes the first MMTR mine to receive mining opening permission, making a historic achievement for both of our company and the industry. These mines are underground mines, a method that offers distinct advantages such as reduced surface disturbance, enhanced safety, and a more environmentally friendly approach.
At Boulder Stone Mart Private Limited, we are proud to be the allotee of the Gotitoria East and Gotitoria West coal mines with a total PRC of 0.3 million ton. We view commercial coal mining as a powerful engine for economic growth, creating a ripple effect through job creation, infrastructure development, and increased investment opportunities. Boulder Stone Mart is well positioned to provide a steady and reliable supply of coal to key sectors such as power, cement, and steel. The demand-supply balance in the coal sector is favorable, and our operations are poised to meet the growing needs of the industry.
With the recent vesting order of Gawa East mines, we Nuravi Group are now ready to contribute India's growing energy needs while upholding the highest standard of responsible mining. The structure and streamlined process made the registration and allotment seamless, ensuring the private player like us could participate with confidence. We believe ease of doing business in the sector has significantly improved with clear policies, a well-defined auction mechanism, and proactive support from the authority.
Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, coal is paving the way to fulfill the vision of self-reliant India. It is not just powering industries but also powering aspirations, steering India towards self-sufficiency and global prominence. Coal is not just a resource, it embodies the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat, fueling prosperity and empowering dreams. The journey of commercial coal mine auctions goes beyond resource allocation. It creates opportunities, drives growth, and fosters prosperity. Every investment in coal carries a promise of progress, a promise that fuels industrial expansion, energizes local economies, and builds a self-reliant nation. Investing in coal is investing in India's future, a future of economic empowerment, industrial development, and national prosperity, driving the journey towards Viksit Bharat and securing the nation's energy future.
ऐसे कदमों के कारण कोल सेक्टर को मजबूती भी मिली। आज बड़े-बड़े रिफॉर्म्स को एब्सॉर्ब करने की ताकत उसके अंदर आ रही है। अभी हाल में हमने वो रिफॉर्म्स किए जिसकी चर्चा दशकों से चल रही है। आप लोग भी कर रहे थे, जो अपने आप को एक्सपर्ट कमेंटेटर मानते हैं, वे भी कर रहे थे। अब भारत ने कोल और माइनिंग के सेक्टर में कंपटीशन के लिए, कैपिटल के लिए, पार्टिसिपेशन और टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए पूरी तरह से खोलने का बहुत बड़ा फैसला लिया है।
Let's come together to lead the nation with energy and excellence and illuminate the path of prosperity. Jai Hind.
Coal is truly paving the way of self-reliant India and Viksit Bharat. Moving ahead, may I now request Shri Shubham Goyal, Vice President SBI Capital Markets Limited, to deliver a presentation on the auction process and key terms.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome all the potential investors to first ever roadshow of commercial coal mining in this region. So I'll be delivering a very short presentation, though the video has already covered the aspects and thought process behind the commercial coal mine auction. I will only touch base on the major reforms which we have undertaken in the recent past and broad methodology how you can participate in the auction process. Next slide, please. So these are the key features of the commercial coal mine auctions. The first and the foremost being no restriction on sale or utilization of sale. So the basic concept of commercial coal mine auction was to remove the barriers for utilization of coal, and you can use the coal for whatever purpose you like. You can use it for captive purpose, you can sell the coal, you can export coal. So whatever is required, that the ultimate responsibility on utilization of coal lies with the bidder or the allocatee. Second is the bid parameter. Now here the bid parameter we are saying is a percentage revenue share. We are bidding on revenue share basis. Minimum floor price has been kept as 4%. The bidder has to submit in the forward auction the bids over and above 4%, and the highest bidder will be declared as a successful bidder. Also, there is no technical or financial eligibility criteria. The thought process was, since coal sector has matured and there are a lot of players who can assist in the technical operation of a coal mine, we only require people who are committed to start the coal mine. You can have MDOs also, you can do departmental mining, that is up to the coal block allocatee. So we have removed all the restrictions for participation in the coal mine auction. So there is no entry barrier as such. Also, the minimum number of bidders to participate in this auction is 2. So basically, we require at least for a particular mine to go through at least 2 bidders should be there to submit the bid. In case of less than 2 bidders, the process will be annulled. So minimum 2 bidders are required. Then payment structure as per National Coal Index. So we have introduced the process of transparent pricing, wherein we have introduced National Coal Index. Most of you would be aware we publish National Coal Index on a monthly basis on the website of Ministry of Coal, and the pricing is linked to the National Coal Index for the particular grade of coal. Also, there is a flexibility in coal production. So basically, you are not obliged or to produce 100%, though you have to produce 100%, but in case there is any shortfall in production up to 70% or 65%, so there are provisions wherein the penalty would not be levied if you produce a particular percentage of coal production over a period of year. There is also incentives on early production and utilization of coal for clean coal technology. So basically, if you produce coal earlier than the scheduled date of production, then for that period which you have reduced, you will get an early incentive of 50% rebate in the coal production. Also, in case you use the coal for clean coal technologies like coal gasification and all, so whatever coal is being used for coal gasification, you will get a 50% rebate on the final offer which you have submitted. So these are the 2 significant steps which we have taken to promote clean coal and sustainable coal mining. Also, there is a provision for change in control and security creation, as most of you would like to go for financing of a coal mine at a later stage. So we have introduced provisions in your agreement which facilitate securing finance from lenders. Also, there are provisions pertaining to the change in control, wherein we have allowed change in control after a particular lock-in period. So this facilitates financing of coal mines. Then permission to allow relinquishment of a partially explored coal mine. So this was earlier not allowed, but in the recent tranches, in the last few tranches, we have allowed permission to relinquish a part of the partially explored coal mine in case it is found technically non-viable to operate that mine. Reduced upfront amount and bid security. So earlier the bid security and upfront amount were high. It was 0.25%. Then it was the bid security and upfront amount has been reduced. The bid security has been reduced to 0.2%, and accordingly the upfront amount has also been reduced just to promote participation and remove blockage of funds. Also, there was a request on the high amount of PBG. So the step we have taken is that there is no requirement for revision in the PBG up till you get the mine opening permission. So whatever you submit as part of the bank guarantee, it will remain firm till you open the mine. And till that time, you don't have to worry about your PBG. Only after the mine is opened, then this PBG will be linked to your National Coal Index pricing movement. And last, recently, which you have also seen in the video which we have presented, there is a 50% rebate in the PBG for underground mining. So what, to promote underground mining, we have recently introduced a 50% rebate on the performance security which you have to submit in case you are a successful bidder. Also, there are other reforms which are in the pipeline thought process. Tomorrow, some more reforms may come for promotion of underground mining. Now, coming on to the briefly on the auction process, most of you might be aware, but just to reiterate, this is a two-stage auction process comprising of a technical bid and financial bid. Technical bid, you only have to comply with certain parameters of the tender document. Also, as part of the technical bid, you have to submit an initial offer, which will remain encrypted and will be opened in case you are a technically qualified bidder. Minimum bid bidding parameter is percentage revenue share, which I have already discussed, and the floor price is 4%. You have to bid over and above 4% to participate in the auction process. Bid will be invited in a multiple of 0.5%. In case the revenue share reaches 10%, in case it reaches beyond 10%, you can bid in a multiple of 0.25% as well. One bidder can submit only one bid, and no affiliate of a bidder can submit a bid for the same mine. Now, coming on to the eligibility conditions, who are eligible. So there is no as such technical eligibility criteria. However, there are some basic eligibility criteria that the company which wants the bidder who is participating in this auction process must be a company or a JV company. It cannot be a partnership firm or sole proprietor. It has to be a company, which can be a private company or a government company. In case a bidder is a prior allottee, there are certain provisions which he has to fulfill. They must have paid an additional levy, which in case of a prior allottee has to be paid within a prescribed time period. And it should not have been convicted to any coal offense. Also, they have to comply with the FDI policy, Press Note 3 and Press Note 4, relating to land border issues and other things. Now, these were certain criteria for participation. Now, once you participate and once you submit the bid, we will evaluate your bid based on those parameters as defined in the tender document. And once the bids have been evaluated, then the bidders will be declared technically qualified. The IPOs, the initial offers which the bidders have submitted, will be open only of those which have been declared technically qualified. And based on the initial offer, the ranking and elimination will be done. The offers will be ranked in descending order, and there is a process of elimination which will be carried out, which is as per this. In case there are 2 or 3 bidders, there will be no elimination. In case there are 4 to 6 bidders, the lowest ranked technically qualified bidder will be eliminated. And in case there are 7 or more technically qualified bidders, then 1/3 of the lowest ranked technically qualified bidders, subject to a maximum of 3, will be eliminated. And rest will move towards the next round, which is the auction round. And in the auction round, if you see, suppose 4% was the floor price, and these are the initial offers which we have received, and the highest initial offer which we have received is 21%. And 21% will become the floor price of the next auction round, which is a forward auction round, in which the bidder will have to bid over and above 21%. And the bidding will continue. And the bidder offering the higher final offer, will be declared as a successful bidder. So this is how the auction will be carried out. Now, once the auction is closed and the final offer has been received, we will declare the bidder as a preferred bidder. And after the receipt of the directions from the central government, this preferred bidder will be declared as a successful bidder, and we will execute the agreement with that successful bidder. After the execution of the agreement, within 40 days of that, the bidder will have to submit the first installment of upfront amount and the performance bank guarantee and the fixed amount, and execute the vesting order. Now, I've already discussed the provision for change in control and transfer. I told that there is a certain lock-in period within which the bidder cannot do change in control. However, after the lock-in period, the bidders are allowed to do change in control. The lock-in period for fully explored mine is till the execution of the mining lease. In case of a partially explored mine, it is divided into 2 parts. First, till the preparation of the GR after the date of issuance of the vesting order, till the preparation of GR and expenditure of 15% of the estimated exploration expense. And after the preparation of the GR, it will be same as per the fully explored mine, that is till the execution of the mining lease. Now, these are some of the efficiency parameters. These are critical basis which the performance of the mine allottee will be evaluated. once they have been declared successful and allocated a mine. For partially explored mine, we have given a total timeline of 66 months, and for fully explored mines, we have given a total timeline of 51 months. In case there are certain milestones, in case there are bona fide delays in those milestones, there will be the scrutiny committee will review it and on a case-to-case basis decide whether the penalty would be levied or not. In case the penalty is levied for a particular milestone, but overall the entire timeline has been achieved within the prescribed time period, so whatever penalty has been levied, it will be adjusted and refunded. Coming on to the payments and guarantees, to participate in the auction process, what the bidder has to do. First is the bid security. The bid security for fully explored mine is 20% of the upfront amount, and for partially explored mine, it is 25% of the estimated exploration expense. So estimated exploration expense is provided as part of the tender document, and upfront amount is also provided as part of the tender document. So 20% in case of a fully explored mine and 25% in case of a partially explored mine is a bid security which the bidder has to submit. And this could be in the form of RTGS also or a bank guarantee, whatever format the bidder desires. In case it is in the form of a bank guarantee, it should be carried along with the SFMS confirmation. Validity period should not be less than 210 days from the bid due date. And bid security of the unsuccessful bidder will be returned after the auction process has been completed. And coming on to the upfront amount is 0.2% of the value of estimated geological reserves of a coal mine. The value of estimated geological reserves is a multiple of geological reserves and the representative price for a particular grade of coal. Now this upfront amount is capped at 75 crores in case of the mine which is having a geological reserves up to 200 million ton, and 500 crores in case a mine is having a geological reserves more than 200 crores. So this capping is done so as to remove the burden, reduce the burden on upfront exposure of the bidder. And for the partially explored mine, upfront amount shall be calculated upon in principle approval. So for partially explored mine, there is no upfront amount. It will be computed after the in principle approval of the mining plan. In addition to this, the bidder has to pay the fixed amount. Fixed amount particularly corresponds to whatever expenditure has already been incurred in a mine in case the mine was prior allotted, or whatever expenditure has been incurred by CMPDL to prepare the mine to the stage to be auctioned. So for mines under CMSP, fixed amount constitutes of value of land and mine infrastructure, cost borne by prior allottee for obtaining statutory clearances, cost incurred by CMPDL in preparation of mine dozers and so on. And for MMDRY, it is a cost incurred by CMPDL for preparation of mine dossiers, DGPS surveys and all. Again, the successful bidder has to submit a performance security within 40 days of execution of the CMDPA. The bid security of the successful bidder will be returned and they will have to replace it with the performance security. The performance security in case of a fully explored mine is 65% of the aggregate of the 1 year royalty and 1 year revenue share based on the representative price and reserves of the mine. So this is for fully explored mine. For partially explored mine, it is same as 25% of the estimated exploration expense which is provided as part of the tender document. Now, once the mine plan of a partially explored mine is approved, they have to replace the bank guarantee which was earlier as 25% with the rate which is similar to the fully explored mine, which is 65% of the aggregate of 1 year royalty and 1 year revenue share. So this will be replaced. The rebate of 50% of the performance security we have already discussed is provided for underground mining, mines which are underground. And upon grant of the mine opening permission, PBG will be submitted to the state government. And there will be annual revision in the performance security based on the change or movement in the national coal index, which the bidders will have to see, and annually they have to revise. It can go upward also, it can go downwards. Both are possible. And in case of any delay in or miss in the achievement of any milestone as per the efficiency parameters, there are provisions for appropriation of the performance security which are provided as part of the tender document and the agreement. In addition to this, the bidder has to pay monthly payment to the state government basis the revenue share which they have quoted and at which they have been declared successful bidder, and the which is the final offer. The payment which the bidder has to make is a multiplication of final offer the quantity which is being produced as per the production schedule, and the notional price or the actual price, whichever is higher. The notional price being the representative price for a particular grade of coal, and the actual price being whatever is the actual selling price. Whichever is higher, basis that the bidder has to make the revenue share to the state government, monthly payments to the state government. In addition to this, whatever statutory duties, levies, royalties, and NMET is there, you have to pay in addition to the revenue share. I already discussed on the incentives. This is how the incentive was calculated: 50% rebate in case of an early commencement of production, and 50% rebate in the final offer in case you utilize the coal for coal gasification. However, for utilizing this second incentive of coal gasification, at least 10% of the production should be utilized towards the coal gasification. Only then this gasification incentive will be eligible, and you cannot club two incentives. Either you have to opt for early commencement incentive or coal gasification incentive, whatever is desired. So thank you so much, and we look forward for participation in the next upcoming round of auction. Thank you so much.
Thank you for an informative presentation. Now we will watch a video about the auction process on the MSTC platform. It will be a short video on the registration and submission of bids on the MSTC platform.
Welcome to MSTC's comprehensive step-by-step guide on how to participate in coal block auctions through our online portal. This guide is designed to provide you with clear and detailed instructions, ensuring a smooth and hassle-free experience as you navigate the auction process. Whether you are a first-time participant or an experienced bidder, this guide will walk you through each stage, helping you understand the requirements and procedures involved. This video is divided into 7 parts, covering registration, downloading the authorization form, DSC registration, payment for coal block documents, downloading paid documents, submission of IPO, and participation in the forward auction. Let us start with the first part, that is registration. Registration. How to register on MSTC for coal block auctions. If you're looking to participate in a coal block auction on MSTC, the first step is to register on the portal. Let's walk you through the complete process. Step 1. Visit the MSTC website. Start by opening your web browser and visiting the official MSTC website. Once on the home page, navigate to the e-auction section. Here, you'll find a drop-down menu. Select coal from the available options. Step 2. Access the registration page. On the left-hand side of the page, you'll see a registration link. Click on it, and you'll be taken to the next page. Here, you'll find multiple registration options. Since we are registering as a bidder, select Register as Buyer Applicant. Step 3. Fill in company details. Once the registration form opens, you'll need to provide your company details. This includes company name. Enter the name of your company. Type of company, whether it's a private limited, public limited, partnership, or proprietorship. Contact person's name, the authorized representative handling the bidding process. Registered address and contact details. PAN number, the company's permanent account number, which is mandatory for registration. Step 4, create login credentials. Now you'll need to set up your login credentials. Choose a user ID and password that you'll use to access the MSTC portal. Make sure to use a strong password to keep your account secure. Step 5, enter bank details. Next, fill in your bank details. Ensure that the details match your company's registered banking information. Step 6, accept terms and conditions. Before proceeding, carefully read the terms and conditions outlined by MSTC. Once reviewed, check the agreement box, complete the CAPTCHA verification, and click Submit. Step 7, review and confirm registration. After submitting your details, the system will take you to a preview page. This is your chance to review all the information you've entered. Double check for any errors or missing details. If everything looks correct, click Submit to finalize the registration process. Final steps. Once submitted, your registration request will be processed by MSTC. You shall receive a confirmation email or further instructions to complete the registration. Make sure to keep an eye on your registered email for updates. The second part is downloading and submission of authorization letter along with other documents for activation of account. In order to activate the bidder account, the bidder is required to provide the following list of documents to MSTC. 1. Self-attested income tax PAN card. 2. 2 passport-size photographs of the contact person. 3. Letter of authorization from chairman or MD or directors or CEO or company secretary in favor of the contact person in the standard format available in the home page of coal block allocation website. 4. Proof of identity of the contact person. 5. In case of joint venture company, the copy of the JV or consortium agreement. 6. Copy of the confirmation email. This information is provided to the bidder in their email once they have provisionally registered on the portal. To download the authorization letter, go to the MSTC website, navigate to the e-auction section, select coal from the drop-down menu, and click on Coal Mine Auction. The authorization letter is available below the login option. The bidder needs to download, complete, and submit the signed letter along with other required documents to MSTC. The third part is registration of DSC on the coal block portal. Once the buyer's account is successfully activated on the portal, the bidder must log in using the user ID and password created and then proceed to register their DSC. To register the DSC, the bidder should visit the MSTC coal block portal, enter the user ID, password, and CAPTCHA, then click Login. The login screen will provide an option to register DSC. The bidder should insert the DSC of the contact person listed in the authorization letter and click on Register DSC. Afterward, the bidder must sign using the DSC to complete the registration process successfully. You can now see the step-by-step process to register the DSC on your screen. The fourth part is payment for purchasing of paid documents for coal blocks. After successfully registering the digital signature certificate, DSC, the bidder can proceed with the payment process for the coal blocks they wish to participate in. This payment is made through the e-payment link, which is available after logging into their MSTC account. To initiate the payment, the bidder needs to click on the e-payment option in their dashboard. Select the specific coal blocks they intend to bid for. Click Submit to proceed to the next step. Once the selection is confirmed, the bidder must enter the necessary bank and company details to generate the RTGS challan. This challan contains the payment details required for processing the transaction. After the challan is generated, the bidder can proceed to make the payment to MSTC through their bank. You can now see the payment process displayed on your screen. The fifth part is downloading of paid documents. Once the payment for a specific mine block is successfully received in MSTC's bank account, the bidder gains access to download the corresponding paid documents. To do this, the bidder must log into their MSTC account, click on the Download Mine Dossier link available in their dashboard. Select the relevant mine block S for which payment has been made. Click on the download link to retrieve the documents. The bidder can download documents for all mine blocks they have paid for. The sixth part is submission of IPO. To participate and submit an IPO for a specific block, the bidder must first log in and click on the Click for Auctions link. This will redirect them to the auction page where they need to select Stage 1 bid submission. The Stage 1 bid submission process consists of 3 key steps: uploading documents, attaching the uploaded documents, submitting the technical and IPO bid. Step 1. Uploading documents. Click on the Upload Documents link. Select the Upload Files option, browse for the required file, and click Submit Files. Step 2. Attaching Documents. Click on Attach Documents. Select the relevant event number from the drop-down menu. The uploaded documents will be displayed with a Select File option. Choose the file and click Attach. Upon successful attachment, a confirmation message will appear. Bidders also have the option to detach a file if needed. Step 3. Submitting the IPO and technical bids. Click on Live Auctions and select the desired block. Click on Technical Bids and enter the required details. Save the technical bid using the digital signature. Once saved, the bid status will update to Technical Bid Saved. To submit the initial price offer, IPO, click on Initial Offer and enter the IPO amount. Click Save, ensuring that the submission is signed using the digital signature. Once submitted, the bid status will change to Initial Offer Saved. Finally, the bidder must click Final Submission to complete the process. After signing and submitting the bid, the status will update to Bid Submitted. Bid modification options. Bidders can delete their existing bid and resubmit it using the Delete Bid option. Alternatively, they can withdraw from the block using the Withdraw Bid option. The seventh and the last part is participation in forward auction. Once the price bid is opened, eligible bidders can participate in the forward auction by logging into their account and selecting the Click for Auctions link, followed by choosing the Forward Auction option. They can then check their eligibility by clicking on the Auction Eligibility link, which will display the list of auctions they are qualified to participate in. Next, bidders need to click on Live Auctions and select their desired auction from the drop-down menu, which will direct them to the bid floor. On the bid floor, they can enter their price bid in the Your Bid section and click the Bid button to submit it. All bids must be signed using the bidder's registered digital signature. In this manner, bidders can place multiple bids in any auction. They also have the option to check whether they are the highest bidder by clicking on the H1 Check button. This guide has provided you with a step-by-step overview of the bidding process on the Coal Block portal of MSTC. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us a distinguished leader who has been instrumental in shaping the coal sector's growth and policy framework in India. His vision and leadership have been driving innovation, efficiency, and sustainability in coal mining. It is with great privilege that I invite Shri Vikram Devdutt, Secretary to the Government of India, Ministry of Coal, to deliver the keynote address. Sir, we eagerly look forward to your insights and guidance as we embark on this journey towards a more robust and dynamic coal industry. Let us welcome Sir with a big round of applause.
Very good afternoon. My colleague in the Ministry, Additional Secretary and Nominated Authority, Rupinder Brar, CMD Coal India Limited, Mr. PM Prasad, CMD, CMPDIL, senior officers from Coal India, from the Ministry, and most importantly, the distinguished invitees and participants in this outreach roadshow, the first of its kind, in the city where Coal India is anchored in its Golden Jubilee year. So for all reasons, this roadshow holds a special significance. And what you have seen over the last 1 hour has given you a very comprehensive overview of the flavor of what your potential participation in this sector and in the oncoming rounds of auctions of coal mines would entail. Just to summarize and put the issue in perspective, you would have no doubt been convinced that transparency is the buzzword in all the processes and procedures which have evolved organically after the policy framework was recast in a very facilitative manner by the government led by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Starting with captive mining in 2014, the envelope was expanded to include commercial mining after a lot of due diligence and thinking through of various aspects and dimensions of synergizing the private sector effort as an engine of the nation's economic growth. As many of you might be aware that in terms of the per capita energy consumption, we as a nation still rank pretty low in comparison to some of the developed economies. You would also acknowledge that we are on a high growth path and the appetite for energy and by implication, the appetite for coal in the near foreseeable future in the energy mix, even as it stands at about 68 to 72% today, would continue to grow. Since various sectors of the economy apart from power would also be on a growth trajectory which would be humongous, be it steel, cement, textiles, other sectors of the economy. This is the tipping point where your decision to enter this sector will be a very wise one. And I say that with some authority because this has been a journey which the ministry has not done in isolation. It has been a whole of government approach, not only in terms of engagement with other stakeholder ministries, but also more importantly, with all of you in the commercial mining space who have already come forward as co-partners, which has helped us evolve the policy framework over the last 4.5 years or so. The details of what the policy framework and the incentivization built into various stages of the policy framework would give you an idea of how much of thought has gone through at every stage. We have learnt a lot along with you after every successive round of auction. We have gone back to the drawing board after every round of auction to see what worked and what did not work. It is a result of that iterative process that today we stand on the cusp of where we can confidently say that the experience of 10 previous rounds of auctions and the 11th which is currently ongoing and which has received an unprecedented response in terms of bids so far will set the tone for a higher growth trajectory in future. We also have some data and figures to go by, which Prasad Saab also mentioned and Rupinder also mentioned, that in terms of the growth, the commercial coal mining is consistently clocking a growth of more than 30%. In fact, last year the production was about 147 million tons from both the captive and commercial space. And this year, as we speak, around a week back, it was already at 157, well poised to cross the target of 170 million tons. So it is an opportunity, and it is an opportunity you should not miss for the reason that many of the bottlenecks, the impediments, which normally scare away a potential investor, are being effectively tackled in a very proactive manner. Not only within the domain of the Ministry of Coal, where a lot of thought is going into nuancing, tweaking, and continuously making an investor-friendly, ease of business environment a reality at every step, in a really granular sense of the term, so that whatever can be eased out and the way can be paved for your participation is being done. Separately, a lot of you know that since coal has a very large environmental footprint, there are always concerns about environment, sustainability, mitigation, and those factors. We have been very actively engaged with the Ministry of Environment and Forests, and I'm glad to inform all of you that we have also gained major concessions out of them in the last couple of months, which actually translates to a lot of time being saved on the ground in the field in terms of the operationalization timelines of a coal mine after it is auctioned. So some of those steps would actually cut through some processes at the field level, and maybe the 51 months and 66 months as they stand today can further be truncated by about 6 to 8 months. So this is constantly work in progress, and the thought process is largely aligned across ministries in a whole of government approach. So this has ensured that we create a macro environment where the regulatory framework and the compliance framework, to the extent possible, is also as investor friendly as possible. But while I say that, I would also like to flag that there are two more reasons why the private sector participation in coal mining is a very well thought out initiative of the government, and something which has paid rich dividends till this point of time. One is, it is an implicit assumption that private sector, when it comes in, brings in efficiencies, production efficiencies, lowering the cost of production, economies of scale, and also the best technologies, whether it's for open cast or whether it's for underground mining. Underground mining has been treated differentially because, yes, it has its fair share of challenges. That's why the share in production has diminished over a period of time. But there is a very, very concerted attempt to kickstart that ecosystem. In fact, apart from what has already been detailed out in the presentation as an added incentive for underground mining, there is an incentivization framework which is at a very advanced stage of discussion, and maybe in a month's time we would be adding on some more incentives to the underground mining framework. So as Rupinder said, that in our scheme of things, as we go forward, progressively underground mines will also find place in the auction framework, and that should kind of enable you to have a very close look at what it has to offer. The second aspect is that we also owe a larger collective responsibility to society and the communities which are there in the command areas of the coal-bearing areas. So in terms of the payback to environment and the communities, there is a larger responsibility for which we also expect that the private sector would be a trendsetter. They would set examples in terms of the best possible restoration, afforestation, and community-centered skilling projects and livelihood-enhancing projects, which would make you an ambassador for what mining should be and what it should not be. So without dwelling too much now on any other detail, because all the details have been very amply spelled out, we, I think, would leave the floor open for an interaction now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful and inspiring address. India's openness to new ideas is manifested in the Rig Veda. Ano Bhadra Kratvo Yantu Vishwata. Let noble thoughts come to us from all sides. Ladies and gentlemen, with this thought in mind, we will now start an interactive session with our esteemed stakeholders present over here. The floor is now open for the question and answer session.
My name is R.P. Ritolia. I am former CMD of Central Coalfield Limited and now associated with a number of corporates who have acquired the coal blocks. At the outset, I'd like to congratulate and appreciate the Ministry of Coal for opening up this sector for commercial coal mining. This has been a demand from the industry for a long time, and auctioning such a large number of coal blocks in a very transparent manner. Moreover so, that ministry is operating in a very proactive and stakeholders friendly manner. There is no doubt about it. Having said that, now one of the deterrents for early operationalization of the coal mine is provision of CA land. Now you see this, when you take the forest diversion, you have to provide the equivalent CA land. And I tell you, this is one of the biggest time consuming. A lot of, I will say, the broker has cropped up in the industry who control the CA land provisions. The objective of providing CA land is that whatever the forest has been degraded, you create the new forest area. So ultimately at the end of the day, and particularly the present provision, you get the CA land in bits and parcels. I will suggest that when we talk of this CA land compensatory afforestation land, it should be converted to compensatory amount. You take the whatever is the land is required, the value ultimately we pay to the brokers and to the individual landowners. That same amount can be given to the forest department just like NPV or the compensatory afforestation cost. And in that process, they can take a large amount of the parcel of the land where the forest can be achieved. So I'll suggest, I have talked this at many forums, I'll suggest Ministry of Coal to take this actively, and this will probably reduce a lot of time for the diversion of the forest land. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thank you for that, and indeed it's a very good suggestion, and it would definitely help in expediting the whole process of mining. As the Secretary has already indicated to you, there is a continuous dialogue that is happening with the Ministry of Environment and Forest. And as you are aware, some of the states have already started creating the concept of land banks, so that you can actually go and buy those land banks, or as you suggested, that maybe money can be deposited and the departments could actually look at afforestation themselves. So these are all in very active consideration of the government at the highest levels, because there is clarity at our end that we need to create enablers, we need to create a more facilitating environment. So for the some part of it, it has already happened, but it's work in progress. So we'll push for it. Thank you, but for that suggestion. And we'll also be happy if through the association that can be reiterated as an intervention requested on behalf of the industry, because when we get representations, it also emboldens us, it empowers us to take it up with the concerned ministries.
Namaskar, sir. Myself, S.N. Chawla from JP Group. My request for reduction of amount of performance bank guarantee for open cast mines also. Second one, lucrative incentive for underground mines and mixed mines also. Third one is please expedite PL with forest area for unexplored block. It will take 1 to 2 years. And lastly, please add cancel coal block. About 80 coal blocks is not added in previous block. Sir. Thank you, ma'am.
I think I'll let Manoj Kumarji. Would you like to take that question? Can you just repeat your question?
One by one.
For his benefit?
My request for reduction of amount of performance security for open cast mines also. Underground तो है मैम, open cast में नहीं है. Lucrative scheme for underground and mixed mines also. Third one is please expedite PL permission for forest area also. And please add cancel coal block, nearly 80 coal blocks remaining in cancel block.
So as of now, the response, in fact, as the Secretary also indicated,
Sir.
The response to the current tranche has been tremendous. So that tells us that the market is matured in terms of the PBs and the upfront amounts. However, we will keep that under consideration in times to come. If that is working as an impediment, we'd be very happy to look into it. On your second question, which is whether we should be supporting underground mining, there is a lot of work in progress, and as the days and the weeks unfold, we are quite certain that you shall see more incentives being given for underground mining, because the government at the highest levels is extremely supportive and keen that coal mining, or any mining for that matter, should happen with responsibility towards environment and also displacement of communities. And so there is going to be a lot of thrust to underground as time goes by. Does that answer your questions?
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm Niloy Ghosh. I'm from GMS Mining. My question actually concerns underground mining. You see, starting from the auction of coal blocks and to the commencement of coal production, an underground mine usually takes around 5 to 7 years. This is a big period of time. Whereas if you see the land requirement to start an underground mine is around 20 to 30 hectares of land, and it does only minimal damage to the environment and the surface. So the point is, this period actually, this gestation period can be significantly reduced if the process of environment clearance and land acquisition, which are the two actually impediments at this point of time in operationalization, actually it can be looked into. And if it is not made at par as open cast mines. So this is the area that can be looked into. And secondly, ma'am, actually I am also curious to understand, you talked about the incentive scheme, and you and sir also, for underground mines. And since we are doing underground mines, we try to understand whether this would have any retrospective effect or it would have a follow-on effect.
Okay, I'll answer your question as I had said earlier in my remarks, that underground mining is a thrust area of the government for reasons more than one. One, of course, is the sustainable footprint which underground mining has comparatively as compared to open cast mining, and also the displacement element which is minimal. Now, we resonate totally with your thought process, and in fact we have carried it forward. We've had at least a couple of rounds of discussions with Ministry of Environment and Forests, including a secretary to secretary interaction also last month on this. And this is exactly what we have told Environment Ministry, that underground mining cannot be treated on a similar manner like open cast mining. There has to be a differential element to it. Now, there are two ways of going about it. One is, of course, the total reclassification of underground mining, which may have certain implications, which Ministry of Environment will have to decide how to handle those implications. Or, without reclassification, creating terms of reference in such a manner that all those aspects which you pointed out are taken on board, and it translates into a reduction in the time frame in operationalization of the underground mine. So, tentatively as of now, the Ministry of Environment is aligned with our thought process. But how exactly to kind of make it workable, how to make it operable, and what kind of framework should prescribe is currently among discussion internally with the experts and things like that. But I'm very confident that it will evolve, and it will evolve very quickly. I mean, and I think we are moving at lightning pace. So you can expect that there will be some action on this front very quickly. And the second part about the incentivization framework, I told you that it's at an advanced stage of discussion. So apart from what is already available for underground mining, you will have a couple of other incentives also coming.
Sir, my question is almost similar. The incentive announced for the performance bank guarantee for underground mines will be applicable for the prospective blocks, or it will be applicable for the blocks which have already been auctioned?
So as a normal business practice, any amendment that comes would be prospective. That is the position as of now.
I understand the incentives which is underway for the underground mining will also be prospective only?
As of now, that is the thought, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon to the panel. I'm a member of the media. On the occasion of your visit to Calcutta, I thought I would take the Secretary's comments on the work that has started at what is being called by the West Bengal government as the largest coal block in India at Devchapachame, Devanganj, Harisingha here in Birbhum district. So may I have your comments, sir, on that?
I would request you to just limit your questions or interventions to the issue at hand, so we do not deal with any other issues outside the ambit of what we are here for.
Hello sir, this is Rakesh Dubey from McCloskey Coal. You mentioned in your address that there was an unprecedented response to the 10th tranche of the auctions. So could you please elaborate as to how many bids and stuff like that? And also, you also mentioned that you are going to come out with 12th tranche very soon. So in that tranche, how many mines or blocks you plan to come out with? I have few more questions, which I would like to add later on.
Out of 27 mines that were offered, 20 are the fresh blocks and the 7 mines are into the second tranche. We have received bids which can actually make 17 mines to be successfully auctioned by that. So this is a very good number. Yeah, ma'am. Total bids is 72, but out of these total bids, the 17 mines can be successfully auctioned, 10 mines of first round and 7 mines of second round of auction.
And how many blocks you plan to come out with in the 12th tranche?
Pardon?
So what we have actually learned from experience, in which I was referring to in my remarks, that every round of auction teaches us something, and we go back to the drawing board. So the feedback from a lot of the stakeholders and industry also was that there should be an optimal number of blocks which should go on auction in a particular round. So this time around, in the 11th round, we reduced the number of blocks which were put on auction. So the number was 27. And that is why I think the due diligence on the part of industry was a lot easier in terms of the documentation, paperwork, analysis, examination, and we received a record number of bids. So most likely in the next round of auctions, middle of March, 12th, we would likely go in for a similar number, in and around that figure.
Yeah. One more question. You mentioned that 14 commercial coal mines are operational, of which only 9 are under production. So could you please explain why 5 blocks are not in operation?
So, as we already, at the outset mentioned, the commercial part of the coal mining started in June 2020 when the Honorable Prime Minister announced the concept of commercial mining. After that, then the tranches actually started to go underway. And only for the CMSP Act mines that were already under operation and got cancelled in 2014, these are the only mines that are under the 9-month category. All the others are in the minimum time frame of 51 months to 66 months in terms of the exploratory stage that they were in. So as you could appreciate, now is the time when most of them are going to sort of come of age, as we may say, right? So in 2026, we expect a lot more operationalization. Currently, 14 moving into that first stage of being operational, 14 more almost there in terms of being called operational. Out of the first 14, 9 are actually in production. So it's a phase-wise thing. And typically, you're looking at a time frame of about 3 to 6 years, depending on the stage of exploration that the mines are. So that's why you'll find the numbers currently where they are. But in the next 2 to 3 years, as most of them will be attaining the 51-month, 66 period, we'll have a far higher number in terms of operational mines.
So can you please give some idea as to what would be the approx production from this operational commercial coal mines?
The current figures, as the Secretary has already indicated, we were at 147 earlier, moving to 150, and that is a story from 2015. which includes the ones that were part of the captive commercial also.
Yeah, the 20 million tons of production is expected from the commercial mines which were auctioned under this commercial tranches. So to continuation of what Madam has told, out of 14 mines, 9 are producing, rest 5 mines are already obtained the mine opening permission, which is the final permission required for commencement of mining operations. Very soon, those 5 mines also will commence production.
Okay. One question for, sorry. One question for CIL chairman, sir. Since a lot of production has come in from captive mines and commercial mines, what impact it has caused on overall financial stuff as far as Coal India is concerned?
Nothing. No, there is demand supply gap is there. Another 150 million it can come immediately. Coal India is also working on cost of production per ton. So right now there is nothing, and next 5 to 10 years also there is nothing. We are also improving the efficiencies. We are also improving the production parameters. So it is interesting that when the demand supply gap has to be reduced, commercial mines, even if it comes another 200, 300 million ton addition, then also there is ample scope in the market. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Sir, I'm Sunil Detanka from SMS Limited. We have already participated in this latest tranche. So the policies, as Secretary Sir has indicated, that is going to be beneficial for the underground mining. So will it be applicable to the upcoming, the one which is already been line, that is the 10th tranche?
No, so as already indicated, whichever policies as they keep evolving would be applicable prospectively.
Okay, our request will be for the mines which are already been in line, right?
No, so since the mines are already put out with conditions laid out, then changing them retrospectively as of now is not a thought.
No, but since the bid is not in place, so will it be made applicable? That will be beneficial for
not to the 11th tranche.
Thank you.
So if there are no more questions, that we can proceed with the program, sir? Yeah.
We sincerely thank all our stakeholders for their active participation in this engaging question and answer session. Now moving ahead to the concluding segment of today's event, may I now request Shri Manoj Kumar, CMD CMPDL, to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone present. As we draw the roadshow on commercial coal block auction and opportunities in the coal sector to a close, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who have contributed to making this event insightful and successful. First and foremost, I express my deepest gratitude to our Chief Guest, Shri Vikram Devdutt, Secretary, Ministry of Coal, for his inspiring keynote address. Sir, your leadership and vision continue to shape the future of the coal sector, and we sincerely appreciate your valuable insights today. A special thanks to Madam Rupinder Barar, Additional Secretary and Nominated Authority, Ministry of Coal, for delivering the welcome address and setting the tone for today's discussions. Ma'am, your guidance and commitment to a transparent and efficient auction process are truly commendable. I also extend my sincere appreciation to Shri PM Prasad, Chairman Coal India Limited, for sharing his perspective on the coal sector's growth and CIL's role in supporting India's energy security. Your address has provided key takeaways for all stakeholders, sir. A big thank you to Shri Subham Goyal, Vice President SBI Capital Markets Limited, for his detailed presentation on the auction process and key terms. Your insights have instrumental in helping bidders and industry participants navigate the process with the clarity. My gratitude also goes to the MSTC Limited for their informative video on the auction process, which effectively demonstrated the seamless and transparent framework in place. I would like to thank all the functional director of Coal India Limited for attending this roadshow. I would also like to extend my appreciation to all prospective bidders, investors, and industry stakeholders for their keen participation. Your engagement reflects the immense opportunities in the coal sector and the confidence in the auction process. I also wish to acknowledge the contribution of the senior officials from the Ministry of Coal, Coal India, and its subsidiaries who have played an instrumental role in making this event a success. Finally, I extend a special thanks to the Ministry of Coal, SBI Capital Markets, MSTC Limited, and the entire organizing team for their dedication in ensuring the smooth execution of this roadshow. Your efforts have made this event meaningful and impactful. With that, I conclude my vote of thanks. Let us move forward with collaboration and optimism as we work toward a dynamic and investor-friendly coal sector. With an assurance on behalf of CMPDI for a complete technical support to all stakeholders. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request everyone to stand for the Rashtragan.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Now I request all our guests to please join us for lunch. Thank you. Have a good day.